Hi everyone, my name is Ellie and this is my video on what does it mean to be a Hoosier. So this is a little background information about me. I was born in Indiana and then I moved to North Carolina when I was only 4. I moved back to Indiana my freshman year of college. I don't remember much about living in Indiana when I was so little, so my thoughts of what it means to be a Hoosier are based mostly off of conversations I've had with family and friends in the short amount of time I've gone to college here. So the first thing I have is hardworking. Based on talking to people in my interviews, I believe that being a Hoosier means that one is very hardworking. The 3 people I have pictured are Larry Bird, Mick Mars, and Michael Jackson. Like we learned in class, these are some famous people who are from Indiana. Each famous person that I will be talking about has shown characteristics of being a Hoosier by working hard to achieve their dreams. Larry Bird was from French Lick, Indiana, and grew up in a poor household, but he dreamed of being a basketball player. He knew that to do this, he would need to work hard to become a better player in order to gain a scholarship to be able to attend college, because without a scholarship, he would not be able to attend college. Mick Mars was from Terre Haute, Indiana. Shortly after he was born, they relocated to Huntington, Indiana. While living there, he attended his first concert, which later inspired him to learn how to play the guitar. After much hard work of practicing, he joined his first band at the age of 14. At the age of 17, he was diagnosed with a disease of the spine and pelvis that would later paralyze him from the waist down. He never once let the disease slow him down, and he continued to work hard and became a part of one of the most famous 80 bands of all time, Motley Crue. Michael Jackson was born in Gary, Indiana. At a young age, he joined his siblings in the Jackson 5, but always dreamed of making a name for himself as a solo artist. While being in the band, but also working very hard on his solo career, he later split off and released one of the most sold albums of all time, which was Thriller. He later would become to be known as the King of Pop. These are just 3 people from the state of Indiana who are proof that hard work does pay off, and they show characteristics of what it means to be a Hoosier. The next thing I have is a sense of community. So, another common aspect of being a Hoosier that came up while speaking to my friends and family was a sense of community that Indiana has. Whether you live in a big or small town, many people seem to always know each other and will give a helping hand when a neighbor needs it. For example, one of my fellow peers had a graduating class of only 47 kids in her high school. While interviewing her, she mentioned the fact that everyone was friendly, and when going out about in town, you would always run into someone you know. Even if you live in a metropolitan area, you always seem to see someone trying to help one another out. Everyone in Indiana seems to have a helping hand no matter what. Another trait that is common among Hoosiers is the fact that people hand down belongings to later generations, such as farms. Many families across the state hand down their farms to their kids and then their grandkids and so on and so forth. Sense of community and close-knit families are very common in Indiana, and this is why this is a prime example of what it means to be a Hoosier. My final thing for what it means to be a Hoosier that I came across was sports. Most of the people I interviewed definitely had something to mention either about basketball or racing in Indiana. So, the most impactful sport that was mentioned was basketball. Indiana is known as the birthplace of high school basketball and is home to many of the country's largest high school basketball gyms. One of the most famous basketball films that we watched in class was inspired by the true story of the Milan High School basketball team that won the state championship in 1954. In 1925, James Naismith, the creator of basketball, attended an Indiana high school state finals game and later wrote, "Basketball really had its origin in Indiana, which remains the center of the sport." Basketball has given Hoosiers a sense of pride whether one played or not. It is a sport that brings many people together. Indiana citizens are so proud to be called a Hoosier, so much so that the Indiana University's mascot is the Hoosiers. The other main sporting event that happens every year in Indiana is the Indy 500. On average, 200 to 250,000 people fill the stands each year, while millions across the country watch on television. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway can hold up to 232,000 people in the stands, which makes it the largest sports venue in the world in terms of seating capacity. Hoosiers are proud to say they're from Indiana because of having the largest single-day sporting event in the world. The Indy 500 is also considered to be one of the most prestigious, oldest, and most important automobile races. With COVID this year, people were unable to attend the Indy 500, but that did not stop people from coming and standing outside the gates just to hear the cars race by. In my opinion, these sports are significant to the state because they give citizens of Indiana the pride to call themselves a Hoosier. So, what does it mean to be a Hoosier? Being a Hoosier means that one is hardworking, one has a sense of community, and one is knowledgeable about sports. And that's all I have. Thank you.